So hello everyone. So today we will see the concept of demultiplexer. So demultiplexer is nothing but it is the reverse operation of multiplexer. So in multiplexer, you find a 2 power n number of inputs, and these inputs will be converted into a single output depending on the value of n. And now what is demultiplexer is, you will have only one input, and this one input will appear in 2 power n number of output lines depending on this n. Okay, even in multiplexer or even in demultiplexer, the concept is related to only this n. What is this n? The selector inputs. Okay, what the selector inputs are doing here, the selector inputs are helping to select any one among these 2 power n, and that is transmitted over here. And what here it is doing, here what it is doing means, these selector inputs will select where this single input should be reflected to your output side. Okay, we are having 2 power n outputs, right? So where this single input should be reflected at your output, that will be selected by this selector input. Okay, even it is multiplexer or it is demultiplexer, this n will be the crucial rule. Okay, this is the crucial point which decides the output. In multiplexer, 1 among 2 power n is taken at your output. The same n, how it will take in demultiplexer, the single input will appear in 1 among 2 power n outputs. Okay, see, the demultiplexer is a circuit that receives information on a single line. That means input will be 1 single line, and transmits this information on 1 of 2 power n possible outputs. That means 1 among the 2 power n. Okay, the single input, this only single input will be able to visible in 1 among the 2 power n, and that particular will be decided by this n. Okay, next. So if you see the diagram, only you will have one input, and you will have normal this value of n as your selector inputs, and you will have 2 power n output lines. And what this n will do in the sense, this n will decide in which output line this input should come and replace. It will decide in which among these 2 power n this output should come and visible. Okay, 1 among the 2 power n, 1 among the 2 power n lines is selected so that this input will directly come to that particular line. Okay, which particular line should be selected means that is taken with this particular concept. Okay, these lines will help this circuit to select which line is to be taken for replacing the same input here. Okay, clear? Okay, so if you take 1 into 4 decoder, this S0 and S1 will decide, this S0 and S1 will decide where this Din should go and fall. Suppose if S0 and F both are 0, 0, Din will directly go and fall on the first output line. That means Y0 will become as Din and the remaining 3 will be 0. Okay, observe carefully. When both are 0, 0, Din will come and switch across this first line, and you will get Y0 equal to D0. That means Din. And these 3 remains 0. 1 among the 4, this one. And but second combination for 0, 1, 0, 1, what you will get? Din will link to the second output line. First one will be 0, third one will be 0, this one will be 0. You will get Din here. Why? Because we are now in second combination. Likewise, for third combination, you get D in here. For fourth combination, you get D in here. So what I'm saying is, for each and every combination of S0 and S1, the D in will go and lie on either single, any one among these four. Okay, any one among these four. So when you see the truth table, it will be easy for you. See the truth table. Sorry for the inconvenience. So see the truth table here. What I am saying, suppose if enable equal to 0, irrespective of the inputs, you won't get any output, that you know already. When enable equal to 1 only, then you will get outputs. So see here, when S1 and S0 both are 0, okay, when D in is equal to 0 means no input is given. D in equal to 0 means no input is given. So input is not given means obvious output will be 0. See, input not given means output will be 0. So you no need to bother about these particular cases. Input 0 means always will get output 0. That you know already. So you remove these 4 cases and observe the remaining 4. What is the remaining 4? When both are 0, 0 and D in is equal to 1, the first one is highlighted. First output is highlighted. And when the second condition 0, 1, when again D in is applied, output is observed at Y1. And when third combination 1, 0, when input is given, output is observed at Y2. And for last combination 1, 1, when input is supplied, the same input is observed at Y3. So what I am saying, for each and every combination of S0 and S1, we are seeing input at 1, 1 output line. So for first combination, the input is traveled and seen at first output. For second combination, input is traveled and seen at second output line. For third output condition, input is traveled and seen at third output line. And for fourth one, is seen at fourth output line. So like that, 1 among 2 power n outputs will be selected based upon the value of n. So see here, S1, S0, then normal. This is S1 bar. This is S1 bar. This is S0 bar. And you will have only one input, right? So D in. D in will be common for all. Okay. So what is Y0? Y0 is the 1 which represents this particular combination. That means 0 in terms of S1, 0 in terms of S0. Both are S1 bar, S0 bar. But 1 in terms of D in is D in. So connection of this, and you will have an enable. Definitely enable should be there. So one enable, one D in, S0, S1. So 4 lines to be taken here. That is Y0. Like that Y1, Y2 and Y3. Find out the expressions and draw them clearly. Okay. So what you will get here, answer here, S0 bar. Okay. You will get here answer as S0 bar, S1 bar, D in along with enable. And what is answer of Y1? This combination S1 bar, S0, D in along with enable. And what is the equation of Y2? D in, S0 bar, S1, enable. And what is last one? Y3, all ones. So D in, S0, S1, enable. So that particular information to be represented in this diagram. Okay, clear? So like this, we can frame the function table as well as the logic diagram. Okay, let's go. So see here, same concept, expansion of demultiplexers. So how to expand normal 1:4 in terms of 1:8. So take two 1:4 multiplexers, take two 1:4. For 1:4 multiplexers, we will have two selector inputs, S0, S1. Like that for second demux also, you will have two. I tied up these two and named it as B, C. But as per the circuit, 1:8 means we should have three selector inputs. Why? Because it is 2 power 3. So I am converting this enable. Already I said in case of multiplexer, enables should be taken in reverse complementary form. If one input is in complementary, another input is taken directly. Why? Because if this is in on state, this should be in off state. If this is in on state, this should be off state. Okay. So take D in directly, tie that inputs, and make this enable as third selector input. Therefore, A, B, C are the selector inputs. D in is the one input, and here you are having 8 outputs: Y0, Y1, Y2, Y3. As we are cascading them, definitely these 4 will be added to these 4. Total you will have 8 outputs. So one input D in, 8 outputs here, and 3 selector inputs here. So we have converted this given into the DMUX. So by using two 1:4 DMUXs, we have designed one 1:8 DMUX. Okay. Okay, see. So by this, the concept of DMUX is completed. Okay, just you know how to cascade these DMUX as well as how to frame the 1:4 demultiplexer. Likewise, we can frame 1:8, whatever it may be, the format is same. Okay, clear? So I hope the concept of demultiplexer is understood by you. Okay, it is a reverse operation of multiplexer. There in multiplexer, 2 power n inputs will be there, one output will be there. But here only one input will be there, 2 power n outputs will be there. But wherever in multiplexer or demultiplexer, the important point is n selector inputs. Those inputs will decide how to function the circuit. In multiplexer, that n value will decide which input is to be taken to output. And in demultiplexer, that n will decide the single output where it should go and fall, or where it go and should place in the output. Which output line should be taken to the input line. That this n value will decide. Okay, even though it is multiplexer, even though it is demultiplexer, the value of n is very, very important. Selector lines are very, very important. Until unless the selector lines are there, you cannot manage the operation of multiplexer or demultiplexer. Okay, so in the next session, we will see with the concept of magnitude comparator, which is the last example of the covalent circuit as per your syllabus. Okay, so I hope the session is understood for you. So thank you and have a nice day.